Bill Burr, everyone.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Bill.
Gentlemen, how you doing, man?
Bill,
How's it going?
we're talking about two different things at the same time.
Yeah, we like to do that every so often.
We're talking about The Shining and The Runaway Bride.
Oh, totally looks like her.
Yeah. It's the Shelley Duvall face.
I was watching one of those so-called experts the other day, yesterday, about the whole case.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the husband. They're like, and I also feel bad for the husband. He was being looked at like something was going on. And then she goes, and he refused to take a lie detector test, which I'm still suspicious about.
Wait a second, what?
What are you suspicious
He
about?
didn't do anything.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
Why would anyone say I'm still suspicious about?
Because she's an expert.
Yeah.
We're
so
not looking
knows.
at it on the levels that she's looking at it.
He was demanding, or I guess his lawyer or somebody was saying that he'll take the lie detector test, but he wanted it videotaped, the entire procedure. And the cops are saying, no, we don't do that. We don't videotape lie
we
detector
can't have
tests.
us slapping you on video.
Yeah. So I guess that's what she's suspicious about. Is that still suspicious? I don't think this is the broad. I think they did something. He put her to sleep next to a bean pod. She woke up. There was a bunch of webs. They threw that away. What the hell is it? She's back.
You know what's going to be great if he waited all this time and he's a virgin and he finally on the wedding night her box stinks.
How perfect is that going to be?
Perfect. Smells like a cross-country bus.
Smells like a Hispanic guy from Vegas.
Yeah, you really got to test out the merchandise before you get married.
Of course.
I mean, come on.
Before you pay for a second
Come on.
meal.
This isn't the 50s anymore. Let's calm down.
You test drive a car first.
You get to
Right?
test drive a little bit
Come on.
nowadays. Hey, Brooks in Kentucky, what's up?
Hey, dudes, I'm just glad to know that I can ride across America and listen to two perverts like you from coast to coast on XM.
Thank you.
I have a comment about the Runaway Bride. Now, supposedly the groom-to-be was on a show and said they're both virgins. Did I catch that straight?
Yeah, we're going to play that audio in a second here.
Well, wait a minute. Wake up. The bitch has been to Vegas for a week. She went cross-country on a scuzz bust. You better send her to a doctor and get that checked out.
Yeah, you think maybe she decided I'm going to go out and...
She might not even known that she's gotten laid.
If
She's such a kook. She might have had sex on the Greyhound bus or in
She might
Vegas.
have passed out and married an English counterfeiter.
You guys been to Vegas? Come on.
Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so she ain't talking.
Yeah, but she may throw some moves on him on the wedding night that rolled his eyes back in the back of his head.
She wanted to have sex, but her fiancé said she wasn't supposed to.
Now, before y'all throw me off the air, yesterday you all were talking about having a little problem watching horror movies. Can I tell you the best way to get over that phobia?
Sure, please. Which one? Which way?
Take a mega dose of mushrooms, have a couple of Thai sticks laid there on the edge of the couch, and have a 24-ounce Long Island iced tea. You can watch anything.
No, I can't smoke pot during horror movies or really any kind of movies or anything in life anymore. I smoke pot. I think the last time I smoked pot, or maybe the time before, because I think I tried it one more time, I got so paranoid. I was watching a movie called Gray Lady Down. And it wasn't a grandma porno flick, you ass.
No, it sounds familiar, actually.
Doggy style.
It was, yeah. Gray Lady Down.
Guy's railing her. She's having a stroke into a pillow.
It was a Chuck
Bukkake
Heston
stroke.
movie. Chuck Heston in a submarine that had a problem, went to the bottom, and I think it was Robert Carradine in the rescue ship, rescue sub, that had a link up to the hatch, and the sub was tipped over to a certain degree, and they couldn't get the hatch thing, and the hull was collapsing. And
Did they show like that compass thing cracking?
Of course, and the bolts go pew, pew, pew,
Yeah.
shoot out of the pipes, and the water leaks out. Every cliche submarine thing. So it's the crew in the submarine, the hull is crushing, they're looking up, hearing the creaking. I'm stoned watching this. And for a split second in my head went, wow, that would be really uncool to be in that situation. And it picked up and ran. The anxiety packed that in a little suitcase and took off running. And I couldn't stop it. I freaked out like I felt like I was in a friggin' submarine at the bottom of the ocean.
I'm sober 18 years. You're making me want to get high again. You're having...
Why? You think that was cool?
You took a dog shit movie and got something out of it.
Yeah. Fear. Utter and complete fear.
How great is that?
I know.
It was horrible. And it was because I was so stoned And I used to get paranoid, but usually hanging out with your friends, how paranoid you're gonna get. Watching something like that, that was it. I stopped smoking pot. That movie made me stop smoking weed.
Turned a 2-star movie.
Friggin' weed, right? During a crappy
classic.
movie like that
Into a 4-star.
it turned into a 4-star.
Suspense was amazing.
Now Coke made movies great.
Shut out.
You watched Scarface on Blow? That was great. See, Coke, good for watching movies.
Anthony, someone wants to scold you. Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, what the hell are you watching that movie Stoned for anyway? I was 12 when I saw that movie. It scared the crap out of me. I wouldn't even go on a boat. You can't watch a scary movie stoned.
Some movies you can. I watched American Werewolf in London on mescaline. Me and a couple of friends from work decided to cut out early. We took some mescaline and saw American Werewolf in London. And when he turns into that werewolf, holy Jesus. The effects for the time were really good.
Yeah.
You look back now and it's like, CGI would do it 20 times better. But at the time, it was really impressive how he turns into the wolf. And I'm watching this. My jaw was just on the seat. And I'm like, holy shit, this is the most horrific thing I've ever seen. You're on mescaline. Your whole mind. And the effects are good for the time, but your mind is also adding in other effects and kind of making it look better than it is.
Filling in the blanks.
Yeah, filling in the blanks.
Always made me laugh, mescaline.
Yeah, well, we were laughing too. Yeah. Kind of freaked out though a little bit, but you were laughing at getting freaked out. Mescaline, very fun drug to take, kids.
Yeah, I remember mescaline. Yeah. I enjoyed that very much.
That's the one. The colors got so bright. I used to work at Chicago Pizza Pub out on Long Island.
On Jericho?
Yeah, it was the deep dish pizza place.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, used to work there
on
about a year and a half on
mescaline.
mescaline.
Pizza pies.
All the time.
Look at the pepperoni.
Look at
the reds.
Me and like 2-3 other guys would walk. We'd be like just mescaline, doing mescaline. Walk in, and the French fries were under the heat lamp. I remember these things vividly. The French fries were waiting to go out under the heat lamp. They were glowing a yellow that I have since never seen a color yellow this bright in my life. I was stunned at how brightly yellow the French fries were. That's what mescaline is.
How long is something like... See, I never had the balls to do something like that.
No?
Any of those, like, hallucinogens?
Mescaline lasts you a few hours, quite a few. Probably 8 hours of really feeling it. Yeah.
Not as hallucinogenic though as acid. Acid was really scary.
No.
Mescaline was just kind of like, a little...
colorful.
Yeah.
Get
fun.
a few things waving around. Very giggly.
Giggly.
New kinds of yellow.
Yeah.
New kinds of bright, vibrant yellows.
Discoveries.
That was it. And you'd laugh at anything.
Let's go to Henry.
Hey, man.
Ohio checking in. What's up, Henry?
I'm doing all right. How about you today?
Hi, Henry.
We're having fun.
Yeah, man. I went and saw Jonathan Livingston Seagull on MDA, which is a great movie, and I just enjoyed it so much.
No one cares.
Get out of here.
What kind of drug is that?
MDA is synthetic coke. So then I went and saw
coke.
Jaws stoned out of my mind and freaked totally fucking out.
No one cares. What was the movie about?
When Jonathan Livingston Seagull?
Yeah.
About the Seagull, the Eric Seagull book.
It was some hippie book back in the 70s.
Let me tell you that what a piece of shit that book is. When we were on hiatus, I read a lot of books. I decided to read a lot.
Did you read that?
I decided to read.
Man.
I decided.
The first scene, man.
Oh,
Shut
shut up! Shut up!
Get back in your truck and make your delivery.
The first scene in this book is a gigantic wave breaking with the damn seagull flying.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's the wrong book. Dude, that's not the book. You're on the wrong book.
But anyway, then I went and saw Jaws.
That's Charlotte's Web.
Jaws just totally freaked me fucking out.
Is your finger paralyzed, Opie?
I'm just amazed.
I'm wondering.
By his
I see it on the
stupidity.
mouse. I see the cursor
decided,
over the button, yet he doesn't press it.
I decided to read just a variety of books while we were on hiatus, and I picked up that one because, it's like that hippie book that people talk about. I'm like, what's the big deal with this book, right? It can't be more than 70, 80 pages.
Yeah.
About 50 of the pages are pictures of seagulls.
Ooh. Why?
You could read the book in 15 minutes, tops. But it's a thick book.
It always reminded me of
the illustrations are just bad pictures of seagulls. Well, I guess it's bad photographs, black and white photography of seagulls, and that's it.
It's a book that like Bill Bixby would have read in that TV series. He was in The Courtship of Eddie's Father. It was like that type of guy would read that back in the 70s. Just an awful, unexciting book for unexciting people.
I was more pissed off that I paid this money for this book, and it was mostly,
pictures of seagulls.
Pictures of, black and white seagulls. I got to bring the book in. I mean, it's laughable, Ant.
And how did they decide to make
Thank
a
you,
movie out of that one? Isn't it just a whole dialogue of a seagull, from a seagull?
It's a seagull that dies and then becomes a higher seagull.
He does? Thanks, you ruined it.
Kind of like an angel that helps the other seagulls and
so if you aren't on drugs, you'll really just see through to what a piece of shit the book is. Because that sounds like one of the worst books.
It's just
awful.
Sounds like a kid's book with like Jesus mixed into it.
It's supposed to be one of these spiritual books, I guess.
The animal dies, but then it goes to heaven.
Yeah, it's a
They try to
spiritual
bamboozle you with some kind of story, but you know what they're getting at. Yeah, it sounds awful.
With limitless expectations of what you could do, I guess.
Oh, fantastic.
Like,
isn't it like, so I was flying and I decided to dive down and see how fast I could go.
Yeah.
And I caught a fish.
Yeah.
And it was good.
And I ate the fish.
And all the other
tasty.
seagulls laughed at him because he was trying to be more than just a seagull.
And how did he die?
I think he crashed.
Did he?
I don't know.
Come on, you got to remember. How did he die?
I think he crashed.
Yeah.
Well, go reread it in the next
please.
and a half.
The suspense is killing me.
I want to know how he
crashed
died.
into a wall or something, and now he's in a higher plane.
Sure, he didn't
with
shut
all the
him.
other seagulls that die, but he's still trying to be better than those seagulls.
I heard, though,
now.
he was dead the whole book.
Very much.
Yeah. A twist in the ending.
All right, let's go to Tim. Tim, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Opie, Anthony, Bill, my little retarded grandchild? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
That was mean-spirited.
Certainly was.
Fuck y'all, man. Liquid blotter. Back in the day, man, when Terminator came out, holy shit, let me tell you, them effects when them dudes were melting down and you were tripping on that acid, some of the best shit you ever seen in your life, man. That was amazing TV.
Yeah.
But I want
Amazing.
to... See, I didn't do a lot of these hard drugs, so I want to know what you guys are thinking when you're seeing, like, the Terminator movie on acid and he's melting.
Well, wait, let me tell you what it is, man. What we
amazing.
had a buddy of mine who used to dip the sheets, and we used to get the liquid from him. You dip a piece of bubble gum in there, and you chomp on that thing, all right? You be chewing on it, 10 minutes, you don't know what's going on. You're waiting for it to kick in. All of a sudden,
Kind of like we're waiting for the story to kick in.
Yeah, exactly. Waiting for it to kick in.
You're just waiting, man, because you don't know what's coming on. All of a sudden, you just see about, like, your hand in front of your face, and you see about 50 hands right behind it, man.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember one time, me and my friends, we ate a plate of sugar cookies and watched Cannonball Run.
Amazing TV.
Yeah. Oh, the outtakes get me.
All right, let's go to George. George, what's up?
Remember that one outtake where Dom DeLuise is supposed to do his line, but he's blowing a bellman?
Then Bert put some hay in his ass. Yeah, I remember that.
His wig falls off and he abuses Lonnie Anderson. Those outtakes.
Oh, the cameo by Judy Carn. He punches her in the face.
Oh, they're wacky.
Sammy Davis can't stay in the same hotel as the rest of them. Fun stuff.
George, what's up?
Yo, I want to know if Abe was working at this pizza parlor. Did the French fries talk to him and tell him not to eat them?
Wow.
Yeah, I was tripping, dude.
Out.
So I took a bite of the French fry.
Do we break that out again?
And it started crying.
We're going to get back to the runaway bride story, but do we break out the acid trip?
I think we should.
Right.
I love this. We should leave the mics on, though.
Yeah, of
I
course.
want to comment over it.
Of course. Bill, have you heard this yet?
No.
It's an old PSA about how you shouldn't do acid, I guess. And this is a hippie chick that's
Where you going, fan?
Hello, fan.
You gave up on us?
Well, I thought my role was to talk about the runaway bride audio, and my role is over for now.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
You're very observant.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Back into the little booth.
He has to leave all awkwardly. He wasn't sure when he could leave.
And he's trying to make it look like now's the time. The Notebook.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, I saw this on the Notebook.
The Notebook.
He's pointing at something on the Notebook like, I forgot to do this.
Yes,
I better get out of here.
I have to go in there and do nothing.
Right.
He knows his role.
All right, hit this out.
I first dropped acid when I was 18. I was over at these people's house one night. This guy I went to school with was over there and asked me if I wanted to try some acid. I had read about it in the newspapers and heard a few friends talk about it, so I was curious. I was pretty jacked up on marijuana, so I decided to try it.
This is a PSA, by the way. Yeah. This is some kind of little film they put together that I guess they showed in schools back in the maybe late 60s, early 70s. to teach kids about the horrors and dangers of doing drugs. And this girl, who just sounds like she's probably some filthy hippie chick, is conveying one of her experiences.
She has Steve C. diction, though.
Yes, she does.
Perfect diction.
Perfect.
Read about it in the newspapers.
And I dropped it. I don't know what I was waiting for, a flash or a rush or whatever. But I kept sitting there waiting, and nothing was happening. So I got up and then went to the dresser and put on a pair of pink capris and a green and brown blouse.
Hot. Yeah, pink capris.
I didn't hear about underwear.
Getting all dollied up. They didn't wear underwear back then.
Right.
Bill,
The
Jesus.
70s. Big, nasty muff pushing out the front of those capris, I bet.
Let your freak flag fly, bro.
Poking through the zipper.
Hair's just poking through there.
Shaves her awful pussy with a chainsaw. Rotten hippie.
Didn't have weed whackers back then.
Oh.
All right.
I thought the colors were beautiful. So we tripped down to Market Street, and
Of course she did. Now it's kicking in, right?
Good.
The music goes, now she got dressed, she took it, she figures nothing's happening, but now the music starts
She's
to
like,
tell
oh, well,
you.
that acid's overrated. I might as well go for a walk.
Right.
Put in the Bela Lugosi music.
I put on some Bela Lugosi music and left the house.
She sounds a little like Ed Wood.
Yeah. I like to wear women's clothing. Bella?
Perfect.
You know this
I
voiceover.
decided
Perfect.
This voiceover is part of her her community service.
Yeah, exactly.
So we tripped down to Market Street, and I decided to buy a hot dog.
Plan 9 from outer space.
I was very hungry, and I had put mustard and ketchup and relish in the usual. And I put the hot dog up to my mouth, and somebody started screaming. I didn't know what was happening, so I looked up at my friend Terry and said, "Did you hear that? Didn't you hear someone scream?" He said no.
Keep sucking.
I got the hot dog up to my mouth again, and I was ready to bite, and the scream got louder. And it hit me. No, it couldn't be. And I looked down at the hot dog, and there was a face on him. Eyes, nose, a mouth. I had put the ketchup to where it looked like his hair. And he started telling me that I couldn't eat him.
No, you can't eat me.
That he had a wife and 7 kids at home to support.
This reminds me of Silence of the Lambs. Whatever became of your hot dog? I ate him.
I hate him.
Why did I stop the whole flow for that? I really thought there was something there, and then as soon as it got quiet, I'm like,
Did your hot dog stop screaming?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, and then I realized, who gives a shit?
I gotta admit, if I listened to this, I would have not. I mean, I never did it anyways. But
Yeah.
I was like that nerdy kid, like, you know, when the drug counselor came and everyone laughed at him, but he was thinking, if I can just reach one kid.
You were the one.
I was the dude.
You were the kid.
Yeah, I didn't do drugs until kind of later in age because I was afraid, you know. Stuff like this would scare the Jesus out of me.
And that
I'd be
dude
like,
told the story of the lady smoking so much that she started smoking through her neck.
Yeah.
Well, make a fist and try to breathe through it. That's what emphysema is like. And I'm like, wow, I'm never doing that stuff.
You were easy.
I was, yeah. I never did. I mean,
he was the easy guy.
I didn't do the drugs when I was a kid, when you were supposed to do them, you know. I waited till I was, like, in my 20s and stuff. Because they used to scare me. Stories like this, you're right, would be like, oh, I don't want to have a bad trip. It was always the bad trip that you'd freak out. It would turn into a Dragnet episode where you put the baby in the oven and put the turkey
rip your eyeballs out.
Yeah, rip your eyeballs out, something like that.
Jump from the roof because you thought you could fly.
I can fly, man. I'm a bird, man.
Angel dust.
Yeah. Sure, it starts off with marijuana. That's a stepping stone to bigger drugs. Then before you know it, you're doing uppers and downers. And then you're putting the baby in the oven. I'm like, I want to put a baby in the oven. I won't do no drugs.
And I stood there with this hot dog and asked Terry, "Do you know this hot dog is talking to me?" And he says, "Nah, let's get out of here." He thought I was just faking. And I told him, "Look at the thing. He's got a face. And he's screaming. And the guy finally looked over, and he got on the same trip that I was on.
I would smack her in the face. There's our poor pal, probably just trying to have a little fun. Probably just burned his draft card. He's doing a little acid.
He's having a good trip.
He's having a great trip. And this bitch screws it all up with the talking hot dog.
And the guy finally looked over, and he got on the same trip that I was on. And we sat there carrying on a conversation with that hot dog. Finally, I decided I was just hallucinating, so I put it in my mouth and bit down. It screamed so loud that you could hear it all over town, so I had to throw it on the ground and step on it. And I was jumping on this hot dog in the middle of Market Street. I realized that I had murdered it. And I took off screaming down the street, scared.
Running, screaming.
Is it any wonder they shot tear gas at those people? Just beat them with clubs?
What a buzzkill, though, man.
Really? Talk about
Jesus.
ruining a trip. She murdered the hot dog.
I want to know who did the music. You know, there was some 80-year-old guy. And you hallucinate. He's got a little Casio.
Yeah, we got to make it sound all weird.
That doesn't sound like hallucination. Let me try a few more things here. No, that sounds like a ghost. Damn it.
Screw it. We're pressed for time. Just throw it. Get me the Moog synthesizer. Yeah, that sounded like Yoko Ono.
What, the music?
Yeah, the screaming.
All right, do we play the audio of the Fiancé finally?
Ooh.
Yes.
Or do we want to take leaks and stuff?
Well, I have to tinkle, but I mean, whatever you guys want to do, I'm here.
There's something about her face. She looks like she likes anal, even though she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Doesn't she just look like she would?
Those eyes look like she just had one jammed in for the first time.
I was going to say, it looks like she still has one in there.
Yeah, there's something about her. I'm telling you.
All right, why don't we take a break?
Every time I see that poster, I laugh, though. The case is solved, cold feet.
Yeah.
Cold feet, and then they got a little graphic of a running bride. She's running away.
Boy, they live in a cute community, don't they?
Those people are fun. They know how to have fun.
Oh, boy.
I bet people pass the sign and go, "Aw." They make that sound. Aw.
What a nice guy he is.
What is this about? Gary in North Carolina. What's up, Gary?
Hey, you guys remember the PSA, the Goody Man? Hey,
Yes.
kids, gather round, the Goody Man's in town.
Yes.
No.
And then he had the aeroplane glue.
No.
No.
I remember
Come
that.
on.
I do remember it.
Do you really?
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
You guys
Jimmy
gotta
remembers
play
it. Jimmy, why don't you tell him about it?
The guy, he would show up with the airplane glue. He was like the goody man, bringing stuff.
You remember watching it with a friend of yours, just sitting around, your friend goes, "Wow, drugs, they're dangerous."
Yeah, because that was what the goody man was doing. He would bring glue and stuff.
Right.
Wow,
right.
Jimmy really knows about it.
Wow.
Huh.
All right, punch it out.
All right.
Love how you just bullshit people.
All right, why don't we do something from our Demented World CD, featuring some tracks today. Bill Burr in studio, and we'll play the audio of the Fiancé. She's still, he's going to marry her.
Yes, he's not backing out. Even though she took off, he's still marrying her.
All right, we'll
What
get to
an
the
ass.
audio.
She's got to be the
just
hottest
a few
person
minutes.
in, like, that area code down there, right?
You
No,
think?
she's supposed to be a virgin, too. Supposedly, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get,
Creepy.
We'll
Both
get into it.
virgins.
He's doing something to her.
Something's going on.
May I help you?
Yes, butt plugs?
Who?
Butt plugs, please.
Spark plug, just a moment. Hardware, how can I help you?
Butt plugs?
What is it?
Butt plugs.
A what box?
Butt plugs.
A bud box?
Butt plugs.
I'm not following what you're saying.
Butt plugs.
I have a bad connection. I don't understand. What is it?
Butt plugs.
Bud box? Is it like a receptacle you're talking about?
Butt plugs, yeah.
What kind of plug is it? A spark plug you're talking about?
Butt plugs.
Oh, hold on. Hello. What are you looking for?
Butt plug?
Spark plug. What kind?
Butt plug.
What kind of a spark plug?
No, butt plug.
I just don't understand you, sir. I'm sorry.
Butt plug?
A spark plug.
Butt plug.
Bug plug?
Butt plug.
Never heard of it. What do you use it for?
Butt plug.
Huh?
Butt plug.
What do you use it for, sir?
Butt plug. Butt plug. Butt plug. Butt plug.
Yeah, butt lug?
Butt plug.
I know, but what do you use it on? What do you use it in? I'm trying to...
Butt plug. Butt plug.
Yeah, okay, I got you a spark plug. There's all kinds of spark plugs.
Butt plug. Butt plug. Butt plug.
Butt?
Butt plug.
Sorry, sir, we don't understand what you want.
Butt plug. Butt plug.
I don't know. We don't carry that.
Butt plug?
Yeah, we don't carry it.
Thank you.
All right.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Holiday virus.
I'm my savior.
I'm not your savior. I'm just Beth. Cool Beth.
Beth, my girlfriend.
Oh, Miss Boring Clothes. What am I scaring you? Want me to scare you? Bow, bow, bow!
Beth.
Yeah.
Bear no mind. Just a harmless retard. Just don't make eye contact.
I'm having you!
That is hilarious.
Oh, is that the best line ever?
Another intolerant person on the bus.
Meanwhile, to me, those are the best people so far.
Of course.
Hendry and those two.
Hendry. An intolerant person. It's just a harmless retard. Don't make eye contact.
Absolutely true.
Oh,
Big
wow.
dummy with panda legs. That's what she has. Legs like a fat white panda. She should be tugging a windbreaker through a cage. Fat whore.
I'm hearing you! So, when you gonna take me for a ride in your car with a green car with my caseworker?
Oh, Olivia, huh?
Yeah, it's Olivia. She's pretty and she's nice. Oh, that's a house where me and Eugene live. I think he's a jerk. You think he's a jerk, Rick?
I don't think he's a jerk. I think he's a little impatient.
Yeah, well, he put up that sign in the bathroom that says only employees can use it.
That didn't stop you, though, did it?
No, because I'm a person, and it's just a bathroom. If I use it, I don't think I'm hurting anybody.
Yeah.
That's great. Employees work all day.
Sometimes I go in there and I don't have to go to the bathroom just to wash my hands and make them mad. Just to wash my hands. How stupid can one person be? Sometimes I just wash my hands.
Oh, you work hard and that dummy walks in and takes one of her retard dumps. There's gum and pennies in it. Little shards of glass and fur.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
That's crazy. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. In studio, Bill Burr, talking about Wildboyz during the break.
Oh, those guys, insane. How they're not dead. Steve-O and Chris
You see the one where they went laying in the hammock about 8 feet off the ground and they hung like pork chops and ham and all this shit from the hammock, and all these lionesses come up and they're laying in it laughing and stuff, and as each lion it starts rocking the hammock and they literally fall down. There's like 6 lions, and I think one of them jumped on that dude's Chris's back for half a second and then saw like a pork chop and went for that thing, and you hear the cameraman going, dude, run away, run away, run away.
Yeah,
and they just run out of it. I just would figure that the second they get your hands on you, you're dead.
You're dead. How they're not dead? They did one thing where they had these hyenas, which are vicious, these big, like muscular hyenas, and they get out of their vehicle with hams, these huge hams, and they're playing ham football, like keep away from the hyena. So the hyena goes running for the guy with the ham, one of them, and then, like Steve-O, and then he'll throw it to Chris right when the hyena gets to him, and the hyena stops, turns around, and starts running toward Chris. They were playing keep away. But they couldn't keep it up fast enough, so at one point they threw it while the hyena's still rushing towards Steve-O. Steve-O catches the ham, and he's like, ah! Drops it down and runs back to the vehicle.
And they're always in like a thong too.
Yeah,
so when they get attacked, there's like not even like a layer of like jeans or something.
No, they're in like G-strings. They're ball bags swaying.
They got to be on a lot of drugs, though. I mean, I know they're crazy and they got big balls and all that, but
I don't know how they do it.
You have to be high or something.
The zebra suit, where they dressed up in the zebra suit, it was a front and back, the old classic vaudevillian horse suit type thing, where I guess Steve-O was the ass and Chris was the head, and they're walking down this little dirt road, and there's lions. There are lions following this thing, looking at it like, all right, it kind of looks like what we eat, but it's a little different, so let's just investigate this. They, like, kind of loped up on it, kind of a slow trot, and then stopped short and looked. And
then they were running full speed from far away. It looked like a
from far
zebra.
away. They're running
and then
full
they're coming
speed,
up like
ready to just sink their teeth into the throat of this thing, take it back to the pride, and eat. And then they get close. It's like, wait, what?
Is that the Toys R Us zebra?
This is a little weird. And then one of them jumped up on the back, put its claws into the costume, and started biting on the like the tailbone of this thing, which isn't a tailbone because it's Steve-O. And you hear from in the costume, ah! Ah! How they don't die.
There has to be somebody there with like
a gun. It has to
think?
Be. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
But even then, I mean, if the thing just grabbed you by your neck,
you're dead. Yeah. You can shoot that thing 20 times. It's still going to, I'm taking you with me, pal.
Maybe they're drugging the animals a little bit.
I don't think
Just a little bit to take the edge off. Something's going on. It seems like they're taking too many chances.
I think they're just too completely, they're too idiots.
Yeah, but you still have to get through MTV and Viacom, who owns MTV.
But get through what?
And lawsuits and all sorts of things that could happen when
they're in fucking Africa.
I know, but
they probably signed their lives away.
When you're you're doing a TV show, you can't just have these guys risking their lives without.
Opie, you're just taking all the fun out of this show.
Yeah. You know something? I consider myself pretty hip when it comes to debunking a lot of this stuff.
But I guess we got to ask Steve next time he's on. Why would they allow all this to happen?
Dude, they don't care about us. They probably don't.
Yeah.
They probably don't even give a shit. So if they died, think of the ratings. Think of the DVD box set.
Every time I see that show, it blows me away. Like most people, I'm terrified of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk up to one, they're like, "This is a python." Most people get worried about being constricted to death, but a lot of people don't know it also has a really bad bite. Never do this. And he puts a blindfold on, and he just starts reaching towards it. And this thing is just most evil reptilian hiss ever. And Steve-O's going a little closer, and things just whap right on his hand. He's like, ah! Wraps itself around him, and he's just running around, jumping up and down with this python, just like these fangs just in his hand,
sunk in his
literally
hand.
for like 15 seconds before somebody comes in and starts pulling these things off, and like this hand just total
That's
blood.
Nuts.
He's like, never do this.
Who said it's
Herman Munster laugh.
Did you say it's like the live Beavis and Butthead or something like that? Yeah, man.
Live action Beavis and
I
Butthead.
didn't see that episode. That sounds like one
I've seen them all. They're amazing.
Well,
it's like it blows away your childhood memories of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yeah. Well, that's out on DVD now. The Wildboyz first season, whatever. All right, we got to play this audio.
Yes,
we got the fiancé of the runaway bride on our friend show there, Sean Hannity.
Hannity, right?
Hannity had the exclusive interview with the fiancé. And he's saying he's going to still marry the broad. So, good for you. Good for you.
It got me to thinking, all right, the cops have been around here like 5 or 6 times asking me the same story over and over again. I better be careful in what I say and how I say it. So it was really, sometime Wednesday night, the realization just kind of hit me, and then it just, I wasn't real good after that. My mind was really worse than it was to begin with.
Yeah, it's that whole guilt thing we were talking about yesterday. Even though he knew he had nothing to do with this, he was feeling the guilt and going, "Oh, I got to be careful here. They're thinking I might be a suspect."
Yeah,
here.
You didn't do anything bad. We talked about it yesterday. How sometimes I'll walk into a store and I don't buy anything, and when I leave, I feel like I have to like keep my hands well away from my pockets and linger by the door for a little while.
Say something friendly to the lady behind the register.
Yeah, or stop by the magazines. Like, oh, if I was stealing something, would I stop here by the magazines? I would be rushing out of the store. Like, you got to try to make yourself look more innocent than you are, even though you didn't steal anything.
When I walk out of the store and the thing goes off, I swear to God I do this all the time, I just take off running.
Do you run?
Oh, yeah, really fast, and it gets a good laugh, and oh, you come back here. You.
Oh, he's white.
Oh, all right, check my stuff.
Just let him go.
It's the worst. Why is Nathaniel back in here?
Welcome back, Fan.
Oh, Than's back.
I thought I'd come back and offer nothing some more.
All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Remember the days these guys would just put the audio together for us?
Yeah.
Now they feel like because they put it together, they have to...
That it's theirs.
That it's theirs, and they should sit in on the segment.
This is when the Fiancé was on the Than show.
All right, here's the Fiancé talking about the lie detector test.
Mm-hmm. When you sat there for that lie detector test, what's going through your mind? Oh, man, I was mad. I was mad that I had to leave the house because that's where I felt safest was in my rooms or in my kitchen or on my back deck because I had my friends and family, my church family, and Jennifer's family there with me. It was really...
church family?
Uh-oh. Trouble there.
A nerd.
Boy, it's the worst thing you can ever do is go to church.
Yeah.
You just end up like this.
Yep.
My church, what are they going to think?
Bill,
really
you got
church
some
family.
He's got some brilliant material on priests and churches. I don't know.
Yeah, they love it down there.
It's
down south. Hey, Jesus hater.
It's brilliant though.
I bet he's a Jew.
Adam, me in Alabama was selling my CDs out in the parking lot afterwards. One of those horrendous gigs where they don't have any place where you can stand and just sell all your bullshit. And that's what that dude came up. He's like, "Hey, Jesus hater." Because I was talking about how I can't be a Catholic anymore because they were, fucking the kids, right? And he somehow, in his head...
Jesus hater.
I hate Jesus because I don't approve of adults fucking children.
Right.
It's like, dude, are you even listening to what... They don't listen. I've noticed, like, that is, like, people always talk about, you talk about race on stage. No. I'm telling you, it's that stuff because those people will actually, like, shoot you...
Really? They're sensitive about religious things when you are trying to do something
really
comedy-oriented?
Groundbreaking commentary here.
You mean people could actually, lose their jobs or something over something that perhaps happened in a church?
Oh,
something
that's
like
right.
that?
I'm sorry, guys.
They are sensitive.
They sure are.
I can't believe I forgot that. What an ass.
We've done material on everything, and that's the thing that gets us thrown off.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they're crazy people. They are absolute crazy people.
Your take on the priest thing is great, though. While you're sitting there and you listen.
Is that a setup, Opie?
Yeah,
not really.
He's really trying to reel me in here.
He really
You don't want to do it on the air, though,
Let me
probably?
tell you something, people. Going to church, is this wacky?
No.
I mean, come on. We've all done it.
I don't even mean it like that, because...
That sound effect is the end of your career.
No, Bill, I don't even mean it like that because we can have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to set you up to do a 5-minute bit, but just your observation about how you sit.
My point is, I'm not going to church and listening to another human being telling me where I'm going when I'm dying.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
If God wants to come down and fill you in, there you go.
Because you get confused sometimes. I was brought up...
wall, do something supernatural, and then I'm going to listen to you. But other than that, it's all a guess.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some guy's interpretation.
I was brought up a Catholic, went to church a lot, and you start looking at this guy like he's better than you or whatever, or more important, or
more holy.
Or more holy.
Closer to God.
And he brings up the point, somebody was making fun of this kid in gym class somewhere.
Yeah.
He's just like you and I.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, you're right, Bill. Jesus,
I'm just a man.
Like you.
You're a man of God. There is no God.
All right, back to the audio here.
My church group.
More about the lie detector test.
Really, it was a time of upliftment at different times. It was really
upliftment.
To have safe haven, I guess is the right word. So having to leave that didn't help. Just leaving the house, number one, I got mad. Just having to leave there. I was mad at the lawyer for making me go do the lie detector test. I was mad at my parents for driving me there. I was mad at the guy giving the lie detector test because that's what he did for a living. And I was just mad at the stupid test because I had to do it. I was just angry, so angry.
Angry.
These two deserve each other. Have
They
fun.
really do.
Have a great life together.
You know how you answer that question?
You're in a community that I can't even
read. I was petrified that it was going to come back and say that I was lying because I was so freaked out that I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, the way he's answering these, how angry he was, that's what he should have felt when he found out that she just jumped on the bus.
Yeah, how did you feel when you found out it was your wife taken off and not abducted? I was angry. There you go.
Yeah, I felt like I wish I killed her.
As a matter of fact, I might. Yeah, he's all angry that they gave him a lie detector test.
Can you even relate to these people? They have a church family, and the community gets together.
The whole small little town is going to be at his wedding.
How creepy is a church group? You guys ought to have a mole on this show.
Creepy.
Just go in there and wear like a wire, just to listen to what they talk about at their picnic. You know, Jesus made that jam.
Yeah. Oh, this is such good chicken. Praise the Lord for this chicken. And they're all, everything is done in this biblical, like, whatever they are, those little paragraphs they do. What do they call those? Psalms. Is it a psalm?
Praise his name.
Yeah, they always got to throw those things in. It can't just be, hey, good job. Good job on the chicken. Praise Jesus on the barbecue chicken. Such a great job.
Let's say hi to Tony in New York. Tony.
Hey, boys. Hey, sweet tits.
Hi.
Am I the only one that had more respect for this asshole when he was an accused murderer?
Yeah, when we all thought he killed her. Like we all did.
Plus you hadn't heard him talk yet.
No.
Yeah, and didn't realize he said Wednesday instead of Wednesday, which really irritates me on principle. There's no I in that word.
All right, let's go back to the audio here. Some of the questions that were asked on the lie detector test.
What kind of questions were they asking during that test? Pretty easy ones, though. I mean, it wasn't, did you have anything to do with Jennifer's disappearance? No. Do you know where Jennifer is right now? No.
No.
What else was it? Did you harm Jennifer? No.
Did you pass the 6th grade? No.
I felt, when I was done, a certain feeling of upliftitude.
Here's a great question. Were people too quick to suspect?
Do you think people were too quick to start pointing the finger of suspicion? Absolutely they were, and I understand this, and I understood this at the time, and I just couldn't get by. I couldn't get it through from my heart to my head, or vice versa. Statistically, I was guilty, and I get that. But anybody that knew me or knows anything about me would know that that's just, it's insane. And I understand the FBI and the GBI and all those people, they don't know me. But if they talked to anybody that was around me, they'd have to get some sense to know that, of course we need to look at him, but maybe we need to focus somewhere else.
Please, slow down. They thought that all Scott Peterson's family and in-laws and everything were right behind him saying what a great guy he is and there's no way he did it. That other buffoon that shot his wife in the head while she was sleeping, saying that he was going to go off to college back east. Same thing. Both sides of the family. This is a wonderful guy. They have a wonderful life together, loving, blah, blah, blah. The people that know you are the last people that have an accurate representation of what you're all about and if you have the potential of doing something like this. The last people. You know who knows? The cops. The
isn't
FBI.
It like most of the time it's somebody you know?
Yeah. And when a wife disappears or a fiancé, girlfriend, you'll always look at the husband or boyfriend because it's usually them that's taken him away or killed him or something. And the cops know it. The people that are closest to you, they're the most oblivious to the whole thing. People that know me, they are the ones that knew. They're the ones that have it wrong usually.
I'm so terrified of going to jail. Even if I didn't do it, I would flunk the lie detector
That's
test.
what I
That's
feel
what
like,
we were talking about yesterday.
That's my whole guilt thing.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. Do you know about her disappearance? No.
I just really think I'm going to get raped.
Yeah, you're thinking, how do you take a lie detector test
going up and down?
The blood's pumping.
Norton, everybody.
Thinking about it. Yeah, prison is that's just the worst thing that could possibly happen. And there you are, all of a sudden your wife takes off like this, puts you in this situation where you're like, holy shit. They could put me in prison for this. What if she did disappear somewhere? She goes off on this lark. Someone takes her out into the desert. I mean, it was a lark, Timmy.
I usually hate that word, but this is perfect.
It was a lark. I just picture a lark with your arms flailing around as you're running off somewhere. It's a lark. You're just flailing. You can't stroll away as you're on a lark. And then she ends up dead in the desert. They never find her. And there have been trials and convictions without bodies, you know? True. All of a sudden, now this guy's got to defend himself knowing he didn't do it.
That's how awful is that to go to jail without having had the satisfaction of watching those ugly bug eyes finally close for one final time.
Kind of pop out. Imagine how big they'd get if you choked her.
They probably get small.
Oh, how disappointing. Look, they're getting smaller.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Punch her in the stomach and watch. Oh, there they go.
Jesus told me to do this.
Yeah.
How awful is this marriage going to be? For the next 30 years, every argument's going to end with, you ran off to Vegas with a Puerto Rican, you whore.
That's the closer of every argument.
You were out drinking. You ran to Vegas with a Puerto Rican whore. I'll go to bed.
Night. Will you be here in the morning, bitch?
Sorry, I don't have foreskin and another white lady to take you out with.
All right, she's the victim, Anthony.
What?
That's what the fiancé is going to say here.
She wants the world to know that's not her, and she is very sorry, and she's in pain, and she's a victim here as well. She wants everybody to know that she's got some things that she's got to figure out.
This guy's redefining pussy whip.
Oh my God!
He's never banged her. He's never banged her.
Never banged her.
Never had
not
sex.
married.
Even more so.
Yeah.
We're getting to that clip. Never had sex, Bill.
Pussy whipped. Oh.
He's delusional.
She's a victim.
This is what Jesus does to you.
He has no idea what he's getting himself into.
She's a victim here. Oof. Give him
Forget
a few
about
years.
me almost being incarcerated.
Yeah, lie detector test that I was angry about. Did I tell you?
I think he's the good Christian, and she might have been dragged into this whole kind of lifestyle. And,
the whore.
Yeah, and I think she's starting to get freaked out by it. The whole church family and the community stopping by constantly with religious crap.
You know something?
Yeah.
That might be it. This whole thing he's in looks like a cult to her. And she's so deeply tied up in it now that she just had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, the more you listen, the more you want to get on a bus and get away from that guy.
And get away from this guy as quickly as possible.
Maybe she's really not the kook.
Yeah,
trying to play all angles here.
I don't know. I heard her 911 call. Then again, maybe she just panicked. But I don't know. That 911 call was pretty.
Awful 911 call.
Yeah.
Worse acting than Voss.
She really was awful. You ever see Voss and White Chicks Incorporated? Well,
bad.
No. Bad would have been 4 steps up. He was beyond downright awful.
I saw Voss in the one with Louis Black, and Jim Norton, of course, is in that one. Rick Delgado. Rick Delgado.
Oh, the gynecologist.
Was it the gynecologist?
Yes.
No, or was it the one where they had sex with the mob guy's daughter?
That's the gynecologist.
That is the gynecologist.
Well, I'm in that scene too, where Voss comes up and him and Rick Delgado are like trying to figure out if they're police officers.
Voss is so bad.
Hold on a minute. It's so weird you just mentioned that. I'm serious. I've been emailing back and forth with Adam Dubin, who directed the movie. Mm-hmm. He's got an outtake reel that he's FedExing to us. We should have tomorrow.
Get it, God.
He said that scene was so awful. That was the best he could do with it, and he had to chop a few of Voss's takes together to make it look almost passable.
Oh,
he says you gotta hear the outtakes. So what we need, Eric, is the actual scene. So we'll play the scene and then we'll play the outtakes. Hopefully tomorrow we should have it.
Great.
Out of nowhere, Adam Dubin says you want to throw Voss under the bus. I was going through some outtakes, and you guys gotta play this on the show. He says it was like over and over and over again. He couldn't get his lines right.
Ellen's 1-minute dance. They now have a graphic with a counter on it Ellen does her dance.
God.
And now she's stealing the coats again. She walks up and takes people's coats off their chair and then gives it to somebody else.
Wow.
45 seconds into her 1-minute dance.
You can see she's almost sick of doing it now.
Oh, we said that.
Of course she
Bill,
is.
we said that last week. It was a goofy bit she started, and now she hates doing it.
And they have the clock with the little legs and arms.
And it's dancing.
Like dancing. Oh, it should show the clock with its face in the crotch of another clock of the same gender.
I was trying to keep it at a minute. That's what I'm trying to. My goal is 1-minute dance. I faked people out. Everybody was still standing, and I sat down too soon. I have 5 seconds left. Give it to me.
Oh, Ellen.
Oh, look, she's going to give the audience what they came to see.
You know, when you see so much anger and hatred on TV, it's just good to see somebody in just such a great mood.
Natured
Good
dancing.
point, Bill. Good point.
Wholesome family value entertainment.
That's right.
Still got pussy juice on the side of her face.
Got
with your coworkers or your friends.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, Ellen, how was that Subway sandwich? What are you talking about? Forget it.
But we're going to be doing that. I'm not going to be able to see it. But
Did you get the Italian with everything on it? Ellen, you got a little glaze. We're going to be right back.
Our first guest today.
Oh, it's just awful.
So you arch her back like a cat and spit a big hairball of pubes up on that carpet.
And those fucking Midwestern hens dancing and clapping along with her.
They love it.
Yuck.
She touched my coat.
They get in. They're probably standing on the line talking to each other. You gonna dance when Ellen dances? Oh, of course. I'm dancing when Ellen dances.
It's gonna be a riot.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
They're all out of step and clapping and looking at the camera. And Fatzos.
We're going to add another comedian to the discussion here, Anthony.
Ooh.
Very funny guy, Bill Dwyer. Bill?
Comic smorgasbord.
Good word.
Hey, Bill?
I'm here. What?
Hello, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
What's
you
up?
Got me on the satellite already?
Yeah, we got Opie, we got Anthony, we got Jim Norton, and we got Bill Burr.
Norton.
What's up, buddy?
Norton, go back.
How are you, man?
Norton and I have done failed pilots together.
Oh, yeah, what was that we did together?
Norton, couch potato video for VH1.
That's right. Holy
Couch
Norton.
potato video.
It was awful. Me and Florentine were roommates. And Bill, what did you do in that? You were married to what?
I was married to something. I can't remember.
Girl, right.
How does a pilot
delightful,
fail on VH1?
It was
Yeah,
horrendous.
really.
Doesn't everything just go to
You
air?
seen what they take?
It was awful.
I can't. Yeah, it's like VH1's only failed pilot. Everything else.
Everything else
makes it
went on the air.
It was brutal, dude. I do remember that.
Me and Norton, they were like, no, this just isn't going to make it.
You work with everybody, Jimmy.
Every comedian that comes in, Jim did some kind of pilot
with.
Something that failed. I've been involved in every career failure of every comic.
Jim was on the failed pilot for I Love the Colors for VH1. There a bunch of people sitting around going, yeah, Red, I remember Red. Oh, yeah, I saw a stop sign yesterday. It was red. Christ almighty.
It was funny when McLean Stevenson came in last week and we talked about my days on Hello, Larry.
Oh, my God, that's a good one.
You know,
And the
VH1
spin-off, Hello, Larry Holmes, went nowhere.
What's up, Bill?
VH1's doing another I Love the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
They sent me a fax. They're so out of shit to talk about. They were like, do you remember that movie Airport? Do you remember all those one-liners George Kennedy had? And I'm like, no, I don't. I actually canceled it. They would literally, at this point, they're listing them. I was like, I would have to do research.
That was a huge hit for VH1, but haven't they run out of years by now?
Yeah.
I mean, stop.
Yeah.
I love the 80s returns, and at that point they were like, you remember what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Oh,
It's
great. Yeah.
It's over.
One of the staples of the 80s.
How about the fact that they're doing I Love the 90s? And, of course, I'm doing them, too. But, I remember one of the I Love the 90s things. It was like, Frasier. Remember Frasier? It's like, yeah, I remember watching the season finale just last night.
Yeah, you start getting to, the early 90s you can get away with, but you start getting to 99, it's like, yeah, I do remember that. It's still affecting me.
Coming up, the new show I loved, March 2005.
Yeah. Well, best week ever. They do that.
Yep.
Best week ever. They do a whole thing just like those shows, but on the past week.
Hey, we even got rooked into Best Week
Oh,
Ever.
I know. Thank God they used one clip.
We had a little cameo in that.
We are so eager to just do things.
Not really.
So
Yes,
eager to get
really.
your mug on TV, aren't you?
You know what it is? Somebody starts yapping to you about this stuff, and you're like, it sounds like a good idea. I watched the show, I stop on it and watch.
Prove my Q rating.
Yeah, let me go on and we'll check. And then they hand you these papers, and you're like, yeah, say this, do this, comment about this. Well, I don't know what to...
Yeah,
well,
and
if
then
you
you
don't...
get the week that Terry Schiavo died. Best week ever.
Thumbs up for Terry Schiavo.
I remember when Terry Schiavo died. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Dude, they got me for the VH1 year-end clips thing.
Yeah.
And everything I said was just uncalled for. Oh, she's a pig. She should drop dead. They use like nothing. They show like one pan of me smiling, and that was my appearance.
Yeah, that was
Did they pay you for it, Jimmy?
You know what? I don't know, but I don't think I'll do them for free anymore because they're awful.
Yeah.
I don't think I got paid. The VH1 doesn't pay anything.
Yeah, a lot of them you do for free.
It's exposure.
Yeah, they never use your clips. They always use that what's that guy's name that they always use? Not Michael Ian Black and then the other guy.
They use the guy that you got pissed... Hal Sparks.
Hal Sparks.
Oh, he's
The
terrific.
guy that, he got pissed off at Jimmy.
Yeah, he got mad at me on Tough Crowd because I fucking did the door trick on him, and he's a fucking baby.
What, he was on Tough Crowd?
We did it together, and I would do this thing in the dressing room where I did it to everybody, where I'm standing at the door, and I would just do it to show off with, like, Patrice and Dumb Keith, and I would ask them a question, and when they start answering it, I slam the door in mid-sentence. And I fucking got everybody with that. And, of course, guys like Stephen Colbert laughed because he's a funny guy. But Hal was like, I just don't see the joke in it. Of course you don't, because you're not funny, stupid. Of course you don't see the joke in it. Sorry I'm not traipsing around pretending to be a homosexual. Fucking zilch.
I love stuff like that. You know what I love to do when somebody gives me a business card? I just rip it in half right in front of them. And then I get another one.
Dude, I have bands. I can't get a gig in the DC Improv because some guy that's close to the owner came to the Stretch Factory one time, and just to goof off, he gave me a card, and I ripped it up and threw it on the floor. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, come on, man, I'm just joking. Let me have one. He gave me the next one, ripped it up, threw it on the floor, and I cannot get a gig in the fucking DC Improv. So fuck that club.
Oh, that is a scumbaggy thing to do.
But it's a goof. It's like you're in comedy and you don't get that?
Of
Come
course.
on. I would fucking howl if somebody did that to me.
Boy, they
You sound like that doing the right stuff. It was a glitch.
The
It was a lark.
You screwed the pooch, Gus.
I don't even know who he means, and I just know I sound like an ass.
That's funny. Bill, we didn't want you to wait, but we're in the middle of playing the audio of the fiancé of the runaway bride.
Oh, that poor sap. He's forgiven her, though, which is sweet.
Yeah, well, that's about where we're getting to here. Here's a clip where he's basically saying he still loves her. Listen to this. Hopefully you can hear it on the phone.
Do you still love her? Absolutely. Yeah, I just because we haven't walked down the aisle, just because we haven't stood in front of the 500 people and said our I do's, my commitment before God to her was the day I bought that ring and put it on her finger.
Just because you almost drove across
and
the
I'm not
country.
backing down from that now.
Big talker. Big talker.
What an ass. He doesn't even realize he can get out of this now. I made my commitment.
Before God.
Before God. When I gave her the ring. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know if God recognizes rings. Hey, well, at least she was trying to take it easy on him, I mean, most girls just go, hey, why don't you go fuck yourself? But she goes, you know what, I'm going to get on a bus and go to Las Vegas, and then I'm going to double back to Albuquerque. And then we're all good.
Well, everyone accuses you of murdering me.
Yeah, but she saved him the embarrassment of being left at the altar.
Hey, Scott Peterson has really made it tough for us married guys who actually wanted a rowboat for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
It's a tough one.
Wow.
Telling your wife you want to go fishing.
All right, let's go to
Christmas Eve.
Let's go to the next clip.
She's very loving, very caring, never met a stranger, just loves people, and little kids in particular. Her mom always says she's put on this earth to be a mother, so we're looking forward to that one day.
So was Yates.
Just very gracious, very welcome anybody into her home and take care of them, kind of Southern girl.
Brought on this earth to be a mother.
So was Yates.
Andrea Yates.
Gotta call the crib removal service.
Oh my God.
That big crib removal service truck pulls up.
Wow, we normally don't get called for 5 of them. What happened?
Oh my God.
For another $20, we'll take the baby seat.
With a cute cartoon logo on the side of the van.
All right, you might as well throw those 10 shoes in.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
Oh, that's great.
Bill, comment?
What? I got nothing. What's he talking about?
Andrea Yates.
Sure.
She was a mom, too, and
Yeah.
I'm sure everything was fine and dandy there.
Wow. All right, well.
She drove them into a lake.
That was Susan Smith.
Yeah, Susan Smith. Andrea Yates gave her 5 little kids a bath. A bath that no bath mat or towels were needed for after it was done.
The soap was just a lure to get them to the tub. Mommy. I can't even.
I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. My God. All right, let's go to another clip here from the fiancé.
Our relationship is from that standpoint is still very pure. We have not, broken the sanctity of marriage yet, if that's the right way of putting it. In God's eyes, our relationship is still very pure. But we did sleep under the same roof from time to time, and that has come up this week, and I know that's been a question on a lot of people's minds, but we weren't technically living together.
What? They're not technically living together.
They haven't done it yet.
No, they're virgins, both of them.
But they sleep in the same house every once in a while?
This guy is just so worked up to have sex with her. That's why he's taking her back.
That's
it. He's on TV.
Yeah, he's not going through all this without banging her once.
Yeah, all this that's gone on, and he's just going to let her go and have to go through the whole thing. And he's one of these church guys, so he knows that the road to him getting laid, if he has to go and ditch this girl, is so long.
He's going to have to go a courting again.
Right, a courting. Well, there, Jethro, put on your courting clothes. And he's going to have to go courting and then bring her to the church, and there's this whole long thing, the engagement, the marriage. So he's not getting laid for years.
He's this close.
He's so close.
And how old is he? 40?
Probably, yeah, 30s, right?
Close, yeah.
He's an older gentleman.
Anything over 20 at that when you're dealing with that.
Got to meet mom again and have biscuits and all that
that
family nonsense.
Well, he's coming over for vittles.
Well, he's done.
Well,
he's never getting married now.
Well, we have one more clip here.
He's through.
You have no doubt in your mind you want to still get married. Yeah. In other words. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think we need some things need to happen first, and we need to talk about a few things, and she needs some treatments, if for lack of a better word.
That's what they call
would you worry that this would be an indicator how she may deal with stressful situations, which we all know will come up in the course of a marriage? Right. No.
We need a fellow to pull that tapeworm out of her stomach. That's what we need to do. She needs some treatments. She needs some treatments.
Those treatments are going to be either on your stomach or on your side.
only on your stomach in this house.
In this house.
He's only going to fuck her like Dwight from This Boy's Life.
Yeah.
On your stomach or on your side. That's how you get it in this house.
Pulling her hair. Can I turn over? Look you in the face? Oh, that's great.
He's going to put on a Boy Scout uniform and just fuck her. Sodomize her brutally.
Like Dwight.
Her eyes will dry as they're on the pillow.
Crucifix hanging over the bed. Asking for forgiveness as you're doing it.
She's got those Clockwork Orange eyes just wide open.
Putting drops in them.
Yeah. As he violates her keister, just drops over.
Well, we want to thank Sean Hannity for the audio, for helping us out with that.
I'm sure he's thrilled that we're talking about it.
Yeah. Sean knows us. We're like his retarded brother.
Yeah, sure. We get along in a weird way.
Bill, you doing a show on VH1 or something now?
I did a show for MTV called That 70s House, and we're shooting a new season of Extreme Dodgeball. How about that, huh?
For MTV?
No, that's for Game Show Network.
What was that 70s House?
It's a reality show for MTV, huh? Can you figure that? Reality show for MTV. And they bring 10 kids into a house, and they think it's a real world kind of thing, but instead they make them dress and eat and talk and dance 70s, and it's pretty funny.
Do the kids like it?
Huh?
The kids like it?
What?
What they should have done for that 70s house is gotten, like, people who are all 70 and then just hired someone to come in and hit them.
Put marbles and Vaseline on the floor. Watch those graham cracker hips just shatter.
And no ramp. All steep stairwells.
Oh, that's fucking...
that I'd tune into.
Yeah,
marbles and Vaseline.
Oh, my goodness.
When does that premiere, Bill?
That's going to premiere in July.
Okay, very good.
And Extreme Dodgeball kicks off July 19th, too. How about that, huh?
Extreme Dodgeball on the Game Show channel?
Yeah.
Is that like, what is Extreme Dodgeball? Like, they give everybody a ball, and the people in the middle are all in wheelchairs?
They all have razor blades, yeah. Balls. People in the middle.
What makes it extreme?
It's like different groups going at it.
Let's face it, it's just dodgeball. There's nothing that much.
Okay. But you get like cheerleaders going up against housewives or something, right?
Yeah, we used to have dwarfs versus sumo wrestlers. That was fun.
Really?
Ooh.
Who won?
Huh?
Who won?
I think it wasn't the dwarfs, it was jockeys. But, dwarfs.
I'd give it to the jockeys, the smaller target.
Harder targets.
I think the jockeys actually did win that one.
Nimble.
Yeah, nimble.
Yeah, they can still move around.
Do you use the classic red dodgeball?
We do.
I love that one when you got hit in the head and it made that
boom. sound when somebody gets hit in the mouth.
Ow. Nothing worse than turning your back during dodgeball for that split second where you turned around and you're like, oh, I know, All right, I'll turn around now. No, I know I'm going to get in the face. I'll wait. Now! Boom! Right in the face. It didn't matter. The second you turn back around, that dodgeball was 2 inches from your face.
Except we played the circular dodgeball, so there was no turning.
No turning, so your back's always to the wall.
Baby.
Never heard that.
It was
Dodgeball
like
in the round.
Humperdinck concert. Yeah.
No, it was always in the gymnasium.
Yeah, we were in the round. They put us in a circle.
On the wooden floor.
We slowly grew tighter and tighter. God.
Accordion doors that only opened up for the special square dancing treat to see the girls.
Oh, yeah.
You slide on your knee. Get that little puff of smoke and that smell of burning flesh. Memories. Right, Extreme Dodgeball on the Game Show Network. Isn't that nice that they're doing other things on the Game Show Network? Original programming, huh?
Oh, yeah, they're bringing a lot out.
They ran out of Match Game 76.
I was going to say, right, ran out of Match Game reruns.
Gene Rayburn.
Gene Rayburn.
That awful microphone of his.
Collecting yet another paycheck. Brett Summers.
Brett Summers. Richard Dawson. And Charles Nelson Riley, wearing that ascot. Come on a game show wearing an ascot. The answer's cock. When I was on the Ghost and Mrs. Muir, I used to love sucking cock. Something haven't changed. This is an ascot. It's a cum absorber. Freaking fag. Charles Nelson Riley. You could just be so flamboyantly gay back then, and no one even called you on it. You know? Who was that? The center square on
Paul Lynn.
Paul Lynn.
They were the go-to guys.
Fag of fags.
You were supposed to look the other way.
Yeah.
You didn't question
You weren't
it.
even supposed to look the other way. You weren't even supposed to think that he was gay.
Right.
He was silly.
He was just silly and goofy and, flamboyant. That's all. Because if he was gay, I want him off my goddamn television. I'm Middle America. This is a very high-rated show, this tic-tac-toe on TV thing. I don't need a gay guy.
I did't know he was gay. I was a
You
kid
didn't?
watching. I didn't know.
When I was a kid, I didn't either. Doing amyl nitrate poppers and getting fucked in the ass.
Who?
Paul
Lynn.
Is that how he died?
Yeah, he was doing some kind of poppers.
Paul Lynn.
Amyl nitrate.
No, he did that strangulation orgasm thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I went on that the Graveline tour
Auto
in LA.
asphyxia.
Yeah, audio
asphyxia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that Graveline tour. Yeah.
Have you? Did you ever do that?
No.
Oh my God, it was great.
You know they got their facts right.
Well, yeah, it's still fun though.
Sensationalizing everything.
Yeah.
They just stop in front of mansions and tell you who lived there, and you have to take their word for it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where Paul Lynn lived, and this is the story of how he died.
This is where he was choking himself on amyl nitrate poppers with a dildo in his ass.
That third window from the right is where he began masturbating.
Yeah. Bill Dwyer, he brings up a good point. You got to just believe a lot of the shit that they tell you on those tours.
They pull up in front of a bank. They tell you it's a house. All right, whatever.
It used to be.
Yeah,
Marilyn Monroe lived here. Really? At an Arby's. How about that? Okay.
You got to think these bus tours just stop at different houses all the time just to, spread it out so the neighbors don't get pissed off.
Yeah, because at some point someone's going to go, hey, could you knock it off? Please come in front of my house.
Yeah, I guess now they're not even allowed to stop in front of the houses, I heard.
They're not?
No.
Slow down?
They slow down.
So they're driving through industrial parks pointing at warehouses? Hey, here it is.
They just pass laws whenever they want,
All right.
You can't do that. No skipping on the streets. You can't stop that bus here. Nothing. You can't. That's Beverly Hills. All
right. Hey, Bill, you have anything else today?
No, I got nothing.
All right.
I got nothing. I can't believe you guys even got anything out of me. Good work. I was getting on the phone. I was like, I got nothing to say. I'm a jackass today. So good work.
All right. Well, we got the Paul Lynn info up on
okay.
IMDb.
What does it say?
His death, January 10th, 1982, Beverly Hills, cardiac arrest due to extreme substance abuse.
Oh.
Well, he's been dead for 23 years.
23 years we've gone on without him.
I knew I've been feeling a void for the last 23.
Just feels empty without him.
Wearing that kerchief around his neck, that tied little pink kerchief.
Probably to hide the belt marks as he's jerking off in a closet, choking himself. God damn it, with my belt!
I heard there was a dildo involved, and he was choking himself.
Nice.
I heard it was just a crazy
What a way
death.
to go.
You got to think right as you're losing consciousness, you're like, oh, shit.
Please let it slip out.
It's like, oh, fuck. Someone's going to
Please let it slip.
Someone's going to find me like this. Oh,
Let it
shit.
just roll under the bed.
Right. All right, Bill, so we're going to promote that 70s House series on MTV and, of course, Extreme Dodgeball on the Game Show Network.
You guys do whatever the fuck you want.
And you're going to be in New York soon? We'd love to have you come in studio.
Yeah, I should be coming in around about July time.
All right, right on.
Maybe doing some gigs. Norton!
You'd be good to see again, man.
I haven't seen you in a king's age.
I know.
What the hell that means.
I forgot all about couch potato roast until you said that.
Oh, really? Well, if you still got it on your comp reel like I do, then, it's a big part of your life.
I think I still do have it at home. I'll bring it in. It's just awful from what I remember.
Oh, it's tedious. It's hellish. Oh, I'm telling you. It's fairly bad.
Well, you know what? The one we did, I think you were in the first one, was actually better than the one they made us reshoot in Los Angeles. You shot in New York, right?
No, I shot in L.A.
Oh, okay, that was the
So
truly
mine was
awful
even
one.
worse?
Okay. Yeah. The first one was
really?
actually a little bit better.
All right, now we found another site about Paul Lynn's death. Could you? Yeah, it starts there. All right. Paul Lynn was found dead in his West Hollywood home, in bed, naked with a bottle of poppers.
Yep. Amyl nitrate.
Amyl nitrate inhalant used to enhance sex. That was lying nearby. I was told by an insider that Lynn likely had a heart attack on Saturday night while having sex with someone who just walked out of the Beverly Hills home when the seizure happened, without even bothering to call for help.
Jimmy Norton.
I wouldn't fuck Paul Lynn. I have some standards.
Yeah, maybe, prostitutes, maybe they don't feel like hanging out when something bad goes down.
Wow.
I got a couple of people here from Whackbag, a couple of the geniuses saying it's autoerotic asphyxiation, Professor Ant. It's also called autoerotic asphyxia, you douchebag. That's what I was saying, ass fuck.
Nice.
Thank you. Sometimes they try to question me.
Man, you can't argue with you.
Yeah,
Couple of them.
We're in a war with our fans, Bill.
Our fans are a bunch of jackasses.
You throw down the ass fuck, argument over.
We're trying to protect our integrity. Every day on this show, we have to yell back at them. You mispronounce one word and they go nuts. There's a whole thread on a message board about it.
Asphyxia or asphyxiation.
All right. Well, Bill, it's always a pleasure. We'd love to see you live in the studio.
All right, I'll be there.
Oh, cool. You got a website, too?
I'm promising. BillDwyer.com, and it's not up yet because I'm a jackass again.
Yeah, you're like the last guy. What's
Cool.
up?
I know,
Yeah,
I got
what
no
the
web
hell is
presence
that?
At all.
MCs have
Yahoo
websites.
address. Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, in the meantime, go to AskCave.com.
Yeah. And click on the Bill Dwyer icon.
Yeah, right. All right, Bill, thank you.
See you, buddy.
All right, guys, see you later.
There we go, Bill Dwyer.
Bill's cool. We had fun with him when he actually came in.
Yeah.
He came into the studio when we were at NEW. And funny guy.
Very funny. Mike in Chicago. Mike?
Hey, guys. I got a story for you that's going to make Andrea Yates look like an amateur.
All right.
There's a woman here right now that's been charged with killing her 2 kids.
Oh, I read the story. Pretty
Seriously,
sick.
She stabbed each of them over 200 times.
Yeah.
Not only that, this isn't even the first one. Back in 2000, they said they had a 3-month-old that died in a house fire. And I guess they're investigating that to see if she caused that, too.
The sickest part is she stabbed one of her kids, who then ran away downstairs. So then she stabs the other one, kills that one, goes downstairs and finishes the job.
Yeah, and then the
She's
father
not going
walks
to leave
in.
things not finished.
Yeah, and then the father walks in just after this happened and ended up calling 911 while the wife still has the knife in her hand.
Yeah, that's great.
Ridiculous.
That's great. I'm sure they had a beautiful wedding. Nice wedding song was playing, romantic. Danced
This is
with
going
the
to be
bride.
the mother of my children.
Yeah, I love her. Yeah. Oh, everybody, clink, 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 clink. Toes, clink, clink, clink. Hey, kiss, kiss.
You
Oh,
are
that's
the
wonderful.
wind beneath my wings.
Wedding photo. Do you think their wedding picture was smiling, staring down as she's just hacking her kids to pieces? That's wonderful.
Yeah, the story here has her
Tries to feed a leg to her husband. Ugh.
described by friends as kind, caring, and godly.
Yeah, there you go.
God, every
Well, she
time.
said Jesus or something told her to do it.
Of course.
Why don't they stop this religion thing? It seems to be the cause of a lot of deaths. More than video games, I would say.
And
or
more than
R-rated
all the-
movies or rock and roll.
And more than wars, religion caused deaths.
Wars, deaths?
Right, something, stuff.
Definitely.
A lot of
All right,
wars
guys,
are
I'm
based
punching
on
out.
religion.
More
Thank you,
people
sir.
have died over religion than something.
Did you guys
like
ever
that.
see when Voss played Lenny Bruce?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Wasn't that a brilliant piece of acting? You know what he did? He shaved off his goatee and just talked the way he talked.
It was Lenny Bruce spitting.
And I thought, I got great reviews. From who?
We never got audio of that performed?
No. Why don't we have that?
I don't know. We're gonna have to have a Voss Bash Fest soon.
And here's the transcripts from the court cases. We need the freedom to be able to express ourselves.
He basically tried to look like his first headshot, and that was the acting work he did to be Lenny Bruce.
You know, that guy might be onto something. We should do hometown news, Anthony.
Hometown news?
Well, we're a national talk show.
We certainly are.
Maybe every once in a while we do a segment where the listeners tell us what's going on in their little town. What's the big story in your town today?
Hey, what's going on in your town? But we need like some homey Americana, if I may use the word, Jim, type music to go with that. That's like kind of all nice and happy.
Yeah.
What's the story in your town?
Oh, don't worry.
Let's go to, and then we go somewhere, Kansas or Arkansas.
We could try it for the last 20 minutes of the show.
And we have a horrific story.
No, well, either that or, I mean, you guys got to know the show and what we're looking for. And, of course, we'll give it the old Opie and Anthony, spin.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give it a try?
Oh, why not?
What's happening in your town today? What's on the front page of your newspaper?
Try it on the fly.
Why not? All right, we'll break and do something. Oh, you know what? Mother's Day, Anthony. We should play some of our Hi Mom.
When is Mother's Day? Is this Sunday?
Sunday.
It is this Sunday.
Sunday. For Mother's Day, we like to break out our Hi Mom calls. Here's one called Hi Mom, I'm in jail. Jason, are you ready to play Hi Mom, I'm in jail?
Yeah.
You got a good story?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell her?
I'm going to tell her I had marijuana and I got caught by the cops.
Will that piss her off?
Yep.
All right, let's give her a shot.
Drugs.
Hello?
Mom?
What?
I screwed up.
What?
I'm in jail.
Why?
Possession of marijuana.
You're kidding.
I don't know who to call. Should I call Uncle Mark? It's my one phone call. Should I call Uncle Mark or something?
If this is your one phone call, I'll have to call him. What do you need?
I don't know.
Call is being monitored, ma'am, by the police department.
Okay. What does he need what does he need to do?
The judge came in and set bail at $10,000. It's a very serious offense. He was
$10,000?
Well, if it was a joint or two, it would be one thing. He was caught with 12 kilos in his trunk. They obviously trying to deal. So he's being arraigned as a dealer and not as a user.
Okay. Okay, when is all this and where is he and where can I come see him?
I'm in Cambridge now at the Cambridge jail.
We're going to bring him to one of the city jails.
Okay, how can I get directions to get there? Can I get there, talk to him, tell me what I need to do? I'm in Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
What should I do, like a lawyer?
Yeah, you need a lawyer?
Well, he's been crying like a girl, too.
Well, I got to get to the bottom of this. He's a very good person.
I've heard that before. It's more of that bad parenting. I've seen this before with these kids. They're running around the streets like wild. And now they're selling drugs? Did you know your son was doing this?
No.
Not to mention with the being found with the prostitute in the car in the combat zone. What is that all about? Don't even deny it, son.
Okay, please.
He's already given a full confession before he even talked to a lawyer, which just shows how smart he is.
Okay, officer.
Sonny.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay, officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Please help me, okay? I'm in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I'm 3 hours away. Please give me directions of how to get there and where you are, and I will be there.
Well, by that time, he's going to be transported out of here. I'm not sure where they're taking him, but I'm sure which jail we do take him to, they're going to like him real good there tonight, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
He's pretty good looking. Yeah, he better not drop that soap, if you know what I mean.
Please,
I think Bubba's going to like him in the shower room, if you know what I mean, ma'am.
Listen, officer.
Yes, ma'am. You're a good family, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it before, miss. I've heard it before.
Okay, you've heard it before, but
all right.
Oh, he's had enough.
I can't let this go anymore.
He's had enough.
Mom, you're on the radio.
Oh, my goodness.
Mom?
He couldn't take it anymore.
Mom?
What?
You're on the radio.
Huh?
It's the joke.
Oh, Jason.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Who is this?
This is Opie and Anthony. We do a radio show in Boston.
Well, he is a good kid, but he's written out of the will.
Go get my limo.
I've got my herd, idiot.
Jim Norton.
That makes me sound like a really talented comic.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Only creeps listen to this program.
That's right.
That's a bunch of lies. Sit down and put on your laughing hats.
It's time for the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey guys, let's go right to the phones.
All right, Ope.
Steve-O's checking in, our good friend. Steve-O.
Yeah, it is.
What's up, man?
We got into a pretty good discussion about Wildboyz.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about how completely insane both of you are, but we know that. We just want to know because Opie was saying he thinks that perhaps the animals are either drugged or there's a guy standing there with a gun to make sure you two idiots don't get killed.
Nah, neither of the above, man.
That's what I said.
But how are they protecting you? We understand.
I said they're giving you.
Insane.
I said they're giving you much too much credit. You're complete idiots, both of you, and you wouldn't even have somebody standing there to protect you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, they just make sure we sign our lives away is really the secret.
That's what I said. See, sign the lives away.
All right.
Dude, so we're in Thailand now, dude.
You're in Thailand?
It's almost 10 p.m.
In Thailand?
Yeah, and they made these really, really creepy faggots dressed up as women, and I got very grouchy.
Dress you up like what?
Women. Turns out that some of the most beautiful women in the world have penises.
You're preaching to the choir, Steve.
And I'm telling you that that's all I heard about Thailand was watch out for the chicks that got wieners. And then we get here and they bring us right to the frickin' cabaret. And they make us sit down in the makeup room with all these creepy faggots, dude. I'm still like... So my first day of filming, I wound up with a massive contusion on my right leg, torn ligaments in my left foot, and no reason to call myself a man.
What happened?
What happened? Yes. Come on.
They took me to a Muay Thai boxing place, and I kicked the crap out of some dude.
Thai boxing? Holy
17-year-old champion, my ass. No, I hurt my legs quite a bit, but
yeah.
I came out a winner.
One of my favorite things on Jackass is when what's his name went in the ring with that chick boxer and took one punch.
Yeah, old what's his name?
He got his ass handed to him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Steve,
good laughing.
One of the greatest things we were talking about it that I saw you do so far was that goddamn zebra suit with the lions.
How did you not die?
Well, we had a lot of protective gear on, dude, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, protective gear is great when a lion is sinking its teeth into your neck.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will, you know, like, say there's nothing wrong with having foghorns and spray hoses. And that could help, you know, like, I don't know. We're gonna die, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone's waiting for, is for you guys to actually get killed.
I know, and there's any number of things that might kill me like in the next week.
What kind of protective gear?
Yeah, what kind of protective?
We had like
rollerblade pads.
The boxer head cushion that comes around the earmuffs, you know.
Yeah.
We had those duct taped around our necks.
Oh well, they ought to do that. We ought to do that to all the elk and stuff, and all the water buffalo that's roaming around.
Yeah, wait till you see Argentina. I will say this: Old Pontius is a cum guzzler.
Oh my God! What do you have him do?
I was going to say the knockstill was the one who jerked off the horse.
Oh no! Well, dude, that one I saw of you letting the salmon spawn in your mouth.
Yeah.
He took a salmon and a female salmon and squished the eggs into his mouth, and then a male salmon, and they squished it, and all this salmon jizz goes all over in his mouth, and he fertilized the eggs in his mouth.
You see when he drank the tobacco spit?
super rad time to say that the complete second season of Wildboyz is in stores now. Yeah.
I definitely suggest you pick it up. It's hysterical. It's sick, and you could watch these guys pretty much, almost kill yourselves. And I hope in future installments we will see the end of you two, because I honestly think you will die doing this.
Yeah, I'm in Thailand, and then the front page of the Bangkok Post I'm holding right here says, "Martial law essential," says General.
He's going to places where he's got to keep up on the current events, but they're retarded.
No, like, martial law, like, don't kill you for a bunch of things, so I'm just quaking in my boots, and I'm not leaving my hotel room.
You're a madman, Steve.
All right. Yeah, I'm out there. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure, guys. You guys always get me at the best times.
You're the best, Steve.
Hey, man, for sure, dude. Like, I'll let you know when I'm in New York, man, and thanks again for having me on.
All right, cool. Steve-O, everyone, from Wildboyz.
Pick up Wildboyz Season 2 on DVD. Very funny. That guy's out of his mind, man. He's the real deal, too. He's not like this actor guy that's playing this part. He is that guy. And martial law says, General, I could get shot if I leave the room. Fucking lunatics.
All right.
I love that guy.
You want to play What's Happening in Your Town?
Yeah, but we need some type of music, anything, some type of happy...
But, and this is the birth of a bit.
Yeah, but I think
the next
it'll
time we play this
better.
The next time we play this, we'll have circus music. We'll have a nice intro from Steve.
Don't you think the story will play better with a nice musical bed?
All right. Good point.
I think so.
What do you got? It's good music. What is it? It's that wacky 50s, happy white suburban neighborhood music.
What's happening in your town?
Let's make sure the music's good.
And now, spanning the country to find the stories affecting you. What's happening in your town? Anytown, USA.
Let's go to Ohio. Dave?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
What's happening in your town, Dave?
Hey there, little Chia Sack.
Hi, Dave.
So, I live in Akron. In Cleveland papers, there's, in one of the black suburb communities, there's a guy running for mayor, and he was such a good fella and helping out the kids in the neighborhood. And, well, one night he was out arguing in his car with his wife, and I guess he ended up putting one in her head.
He shot his wife in the head in Cleveland. Thanks, Dave.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Well, that's what's going on in Cleveland.
All right, let's go to Tennessee.
What's going on in your town, Scott?
Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I didn't know if it was right, Scott. The headlines reads, "Pucker up, please," and there's like 5 E's in it. And then underneath that it says, "Pastor kisses goat after losing bet."
What bet did he lose?
You want me to read it?
Well,
yeah, word for word, all of it, slow.
Sounds like a cute, touching story, which has no part in this segment.
Well, it might. It's a cute special interest story.
Pastor fucks goat? Well, perhaps that would work.
Well, what bet did he lose?
Well, Living Springs Baptist Church, the only church on Weekly Lane near Catskill Pike, departed from the usual services Sunday when the Reverend Milton Hicks lived up to his promise he made to kiss a goat. It seems the children's missions class were issued a challenge to raise $750 for a special missions offering. If the money raised exceeded the goal by $100, the minister of music, Tony Hicks, would be forced to kiss a live goat. And if the fundraiser exceeded $1,000, the pastor would have to join in the puckering up.
Wow, and that's on the front page of your paper?
I swear to God, the Daily News Journal.
This is great. All right, thank you, sir.
It actually matched up to the music.
Yeah. Here, why don't you hit the Benny Hill music for the next one?
Oh, what's happening in your town? Let's go to Dave in Kansas. Dave?
Hello?
Yes, what's happening in your town, Dave?
Well, we have a young boy who got in trouble for having paintballs all over his room, and he got
those darn kids.
He got kind of mad at his father and went and got the key to the gun cabinet and shot him in the face.
He shot his dad in the face?
with a shotgun. So,
with a shotgun?
Right.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Dave. Let's go to Fan Dick. Fan Dick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Headline in the Miami Sun Sentinel, judge grants abortion request to 13-year-old Palm Beach County girl.
Fantastic. Abortion request to 13-year-old.
Wow. Let's go to Rhode Island, Wayne.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's happening in your town, Wayne?
Hey, remember that kid, that stupid idiot that killed the cop in Providence and jumped out the window?
And got the crap beat out of him.
Yep, well, correctional officer's mouth, he fractured his jaw, broke his eye socket, spit in another guy's face. Then yesterday, they're taking him to court, and the freaking idiot wouldn't let him shackle him, so they had to pepper spray him again. The guy's a moron. Anyway, I'm punching out.
You know it's bombing when they throw in the editorial? That guy's stupid.
That guy's an idiot.
That makes the story.
That was the point of my story.
Right. When are you guys going to help me?
It's wacky.
I love the callers that just are waiting for us to save them.
Xenorific, yeah.
This is the only talk show where we don't save you.
We're not going to save you.
Because we could easily jump in and go and say something and get
that
out
guy's
of it.
mad.
Yeah, that guy was a jerk.
Yeah.
You don't
Golly
understand.
gee.
We're rooting against you.
Right.
Always.
We're hoping you fail miserably with every call.
Derek in Massachusetts.
How you doing?
What's up, Derek?
Well, we got this guy who's trying to save his farmland for his cows. The government there is they're finding him $150,000 for his cows, for the farmland, and they're going to take his land from him. Well, this guy's got protests set up all over the place. He did a protest on the Boston Commons saying he wants to save his cows. He's got a protest going on downtown in front of the school now, and to save our cows, we can regrettably farm our land anymore because the government wants their money.
Were there any other stories?
Not really. This is a small town. Thank you.
He goes, thank you. Sean in Philly, what's up? What's happening in your town, Sean?
Well, there was two old ladies, and they were trying to get the cheap tickets to the matinee theater and tried to beat the train. And according to the paper, despite flashing lights, ring bells, the train horn, and shouts from horrified onlookers, they walked right in front and got hit by a train doing 70 miles an hour.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
That's wonderful.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Chuck, what's happening in your town?
Hey, guys. Man in critical condition after falling off stool. A Hubertus man who fell off a bar stool while celebrating his 53rd birthday over the weekend was in critical condition Monday with head injuries, authorities said. He was knocked unconscious following Sunday evening at the Whiskey River Tavern on Highway 175 in Hubertus.
53 years you make it, and you die in the Whiskey Tavern by falling off your stool.
Drunken
What an
idiot.
All right, let's go to another story from PA, Anthony. Ray.
All right.
Yes, I mean, I got a hot teen bear attack in the Poconos over the weekend.
Hot teen bear attack.
With the hot teen, I guess two teenagers are up there, and a big bear attacked them, and one of the guys was stabbing the bear, and then the bear grabbed the girl and stripped her clothes, and I guess let her go after that, after she played dead.
Smart bear.
Yes. I think it was
Stripped the girl's clothes off. You think that's just the story they're telling? She's telling her parents. Goes into the woods with a couple of guys.
And they take her clothes and
It
run.
was a bear, I swear.
Yeah. Hidden claw marks on her body.
Well, and the bear raped me in the ass.
Bear load on her back.
Here's a story you can expect from Texas, Anthony. Let's go to Dwayne. Dwayne?
Yeah.
What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, not too much, man. Hey, a 75-year-old man, he got caught. His niece walked in on him, caught him fucking the golden retriever, man. he was in full stride when she walked in, and then this was a second offense. So now they can't do nothing to him, but they're going to get him for indecent exposure.
Indecent what, sir?
Indecent exposure.
Wow. You're
Indecent exposure.
You're a mush-mouthed hillbilly.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you. We're going back to Philly and talking to Josh. Josh, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Got one out of Chester, PA. 3 swoogies took a little swimming pool, little plastic ones with a little slide on it that a 2-year-old would use. Took it out into the river to try to use it as a raft. Flipped it over. 2 of them were pulled out by somebody that was going by with a stick.
Third one, learn the hard lesson. Swiggies don't swim.
Oh, my
God. Jesus. I'm sorry for that. Let's go to Dugout Doug in VA Beach. Virginia Beach,
guys, Dateline, Virginia Beach, the tip of the Bible Belt. I got a jet flying over me. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, perfect timing for your phone call.
Isn't that wonderful? Rather than
if it crashes, it'll be foreshadowing.
All right, get it, Doug.
Rather than fight, FM 99 WNRR will remove its controversial billboard, which features the bare backs of 3 women.
Because it's bare back of 3 women.
The bare back of 3 women. Don't you guys just miss regular radio?
Well, what's the billboard say? It has to have a cute saying.
Nah, it just says FM 99 WNRR has the back of 3 women, and apparently the city of Norfolk has pressured them, residents and city officials have pressured them to remove it, and they're just not going to fight. They're going to remove it.
Do the Professor Anthony song.
That's not mine.
Oh,
I did the Ricky song.
Oh, the Ricky song.
Wait, you're not. Who does Professor Anthony?
That was P. Niggity.
Oh, P. Niggity.
P.
I thought it was
why am I
Dugout Doug all this
slurping
time.
at you? Me too.
I thought it was Dugout Doug the whole time.
Dateline, whackbag.com. Dugout Doug did the Ricky song, not the Anthony song.
All right, there he goes. Thank you. Let's go to Nebraska. One more. Pat.
I hate him anyway.
Oh.
Hey, guys.
Doug.
I hope he dies in that
here.
car.
Kidding.
Go ahead, Pat.
One's about a girl, 17-year-old girl, and she burned her house down and accidentally killed her brother and sister because her stepdad was molesting her. And now they arrested stepdad on a bunch of porn charges and for molesting her. The other one, this chick gave birth, 17-year-old girl gave birth to a baby and hid it in a basket, and then went to hospital, said she'd been raped, and now the baby's retarded, and she's going to court for child negligence.
All right, Nebraska. Wow, really coming through.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Hey, man, hey, we love you guys. I just started listening to you in December, man, and you guys are great, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pat. We got to get out of here. And that ends a brand new segment called What's Happening in Your Town, Anthony?
In your town. Some were good, some not so good.
The bit has potential, though. Bill Burr,
Certainly
thanks
does.
for stopping by. Anything you want to promote? You got 5 seconds. I'm
going to
sorry.
be Comedy Works next weekend.
Where?
Denver.
Denver. That's it.
That's it. I'm out of here.
All right. Well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.